Did you know that Ironheart is a thing? This new TV series coming in June. Remember Riri Williams from Black Panther Wakanda Forever? No? Oh, you barely remember Wakanda Forever. The film that killed off T'Challa with the flu off screen, rather than just recasting him following Chadwick Boseman's death and then replacing T'Challa with his girl boss sister. Yeah, that Wakanda Forever. The one MCU film that serves as a cure for insomnia in case you run out of sleeping pills some night or you can't listen to ASMR videos for some reason. Disney Marvel had this Ironheart TV series in the pipeline since December of 2020. That's an eternity ago. In the midst of Phase 4, back when Hollywood had gone all in with the stunning and the brave, or as we're calling it now, the beautiful and pure. Riri Williams is the main character of this new TV series, played by Dominique Thorne. And the character is an MIT student and an absolute Mary Sue, and I literally mean that. She's unrelatable because, unlike Tony Stark, who had to undergo a major personal trauma and epiphany, which turned him from the self-absorbed, irresponsible weapons developer into a selfless superhero, everything sort of just comes easy for Riri. She builds an Iron Man-type suit with relative ease, and can fly it with barely any effort or training worth talking about. Very Rey indeed. What's amazing is that the trailer has only just been released. It's weird because the series is due to air next month and there's been just minimal fanfare. It's almost like they don't want people to know that it's coming out. There's barely any promotion to speak of. I think what's also very telling to me with respect to the lack of confidence that Disney and Marvel have with this new Ironheart show is the fact that the trailer, the first proper trailer for this series, was released on the same day when the first theatrical trailer for the new Superman movie, the James Gunn Superman movie, has been released. Now, there has been teaser trailers for Superman, but this is the first big theatrical trailer, and so it's very important. It's a big day in the marketing of that movie, and that's a serious movie, right? That's going to be a major summer blockbuster. It's a big course correction and a very important tentpole for DC in film, and it's competing against Marvel's The Fantastic Four: First Steps. So those two movies are going to go head to head this summer. So there's a massive weight of expectation for those movies. Among the studios, but also the audiences, critics. So they'll be significant. And yet here we have the trailer for the new Ironheart series getting released on the same day as the big blockbuster summer movie Superman. I just think it's very interesting, don't you? And it's not like Disney Marvel wouldn't have been aware that the trailer for Superman was going to be released today. I mean, they would be aware of each other's respective marketing strategies. And so why release the Ironheart trailer on the same day when DC drops the theatrical trailer to a major summer superhero movie that everyone's going to want to see? And there's a huge amount of buzz about it. And the only thing that I can deduce from that is that they're trying to bury Ironheart a little bit so that no one will really notice that it's been released. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a big coincidence. Coincidences do happen, after all, sometimes. But, I think that's probably more likely, because if they'd released it any other day, Ironheart would have gotten slightly more attention. And maybe they don't want it to get all that much attention because to be honest, having looked at the trailer, it doesn't look very good. And even putting aside how it looks, it could be a good show, but there's just not going to be any appetite for this. I mean, there wasn't already. Did anyone really want to see Ironheart? You're never going to replace Tony Stark as Iron Man, and that's why Riri Williams was created in the comic books as initially a protege and then ultimately a successor to him. But you can't succeed him. You just can't replace him. So much so that lesson has now been learned, which is the reason why Robert Downey Jr. is being brought back. Not just because he's going to play Victor Von Doom, but we know that he's also going to play a variant of Tony Stark, Iron Man. I think that's fairly obvious. This series looks like total fixture fulfillment to me. It's like a project that Disney knows they committed to, and they just have to put it out in the hopes that they can get it over with and move on as quickly as possible. And maybe people will just forget about it quickly enough and they can just move on to Fantastic Four. Ironheart looks like it was greenlit in another era before Hollywood had realized it was on the wrong track when it came to pushing the message. And now it's kind of just an artifact of a period the industry would rather forget about, and that they need to release it, take the criticism and apathy on the chin, and put it behind them. The recent behind-the-scenes clip has 14,000 dislikes on YouTube and only 11,000 likes at the time of making this video. There's really no interest in this series. No one really wants to see it. No one wants to see a kind of a cheap knockoff, strong, diverse female Tony Stark in a series that offers nothing exciting or enticing for audiences. What's the draw here? What's the draw to an Ironheart series? One wonders, why even bother? Why not just give this entire series the Batgirl treatment and shelve it, bury it, never release it? It's not like very many people are going to want to watch this. Who's it made for? But evidently, they're not in a position to do that. Commitments and contracts have been made and the series has been agreed upon. It was agreed 5 years ago. But I'm hoping that this is sort of the last remnant of that particular era in the MCU, an era that felt like Disney and Marvel were just greenlighting every superhero TV series and film idea that hit the desk of an executive. Like it was all about just making content, as much content as possible, making as much content for Disney Plus streaming with the Marvel brand on it as possible, and throwing it all at the wall for something to stick. It was a bad strategy. It spread the franchise too thin. It diluted the quality of the MCU and caused it to lose focus and cohesion. It's the reason the franchise finds itself in its current rebuilding phase, which could have, of course, been avoided if Disney and Marvel hadn't been so trigger happy with greenlighting any old excuse for a Marvel comic book idea. You know, I'm beginning to think that the Marvels movie wasn't actually rock bottom, because at least with that film, there were people who spoke negatively about it because they cared enough to remark on how bad it was. You know, I think the true rock bottom is when a terrible TV series or movie is released and the audience is so apathetic about it that they don't even realize that it's a thing. They don't even realize it exists. Something to think about there. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.